episode, I take plastic dollar store decorations and transform them with clay-based paint to look like hand-carved, chippy wood ornaments. I got these ornaments right here at the dollar store. They're plastic. Some of them were actually 2 for $1. I like to go into the store and just go up and down the aisles looking for stuff that I can turn into stuff that looks like it never came from the dollar store. I've been doing this for years.
It's so glorious.
I haven't put up a tree in my home for over a decade because my store takes most of my time during this season. This year I decided to decorate with affordable items from the dollar store and handmade projects. Start by putting a base coat of weathered wood to cover the entire surface and allow to dry. DIY paint adheres to plastic because it's clay-based. You never see Bobby in my videos, but you do see his hands and his feet. He does not like to have his face in front of the camera. Bobby and I started off dating right after 9/11, so that was like, what, 18 years ago? Bobby asked me out. I was at my all-time most broke, most cash poor. I was basically living on about $10 a week to feed myself and my dog. So Bobby calls me up. He starts telling me about this really good restaurant and would I like to go out on a date. I was very food motivated, and so even though I wasn't interested in him, I said yes to the date because I was hungry. I'm not proud of it, but that is what happened. Clay is the main ingredient in DIY paint. If you let it sit out, it starts turning back into clay. You want to pour it on a plate, let the air get to it, let it start to thicken up. You can use an old credit card. Shoot. I gotta clean that up now. Spilled it all over the floor. That was not a good idea. My lifelong friend Bobby likes to stay behind the scenes. He helps my ideas come to life, and he's a big part of why my YouTube channel and my store are successful. Use an old credit card, a putty knife, or a tiny spatula to spread random layers of paint onto your surface. I let the paint thicken up first. You can do this by putting DIY paint in the freezer or allowing it to sit out overnight. Used mermaid tail, bohemian blue, old 57, mint chip, and petticoat pink. Experiment with a variety of colors, allowing each coat to dry in between. The day comes for us to go out on our date, and I'm at the grocery store, and I've got this hand cart, and it's filled with sweet potatoes, and I would eat them, and my dog would eat them, and I'd been eating them for weeks. I turn around and I see Bobby. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna explain? He had no idea, like, the situation that was going on with me financially. He looks at me and he's like, hey, we're going out on a date tonight. And I'm like, yeah, we are. And inside I'm just like almost drooling, almost salivating, just thinking about eating anything other than sweet potatoes. And he looks down and he goes, what's with all the sweet potatoes? And I lied. I'm going to this barbecue and I have this recipe for sweet potato salad, and it was a total lie and he believed it. But maybe I also looked really hungry because he said, well, we're supposed to go out on a date at 8. Do you want me to pick you up a few hours early? Yes, pick me up early. I would love to go to dinner early. I was so hungry. You start smearing the wax all over the ornament, and it's gonna get really dark. It's not gonna look very good when you do this, but you wanna work all the dark, decrepit wax into all the nooks and crannies and the crevices that you've created.
I know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind.
Sand back the layers to reveal the colors underneath, and apply a mix of clear and dark wax.
You just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane.
Apply a heavy coat of dark wax, working it into the low areas, and wipe back the excess with a dry cloth.
Me your dreams. Keep on talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see
I wasn't wasn't into Bobby. He just seemed really nice and really sweet. I don't know what my problem was, but I liked the bad, mischievous kind of guys. The food was delicious, we had our date, and then he calls me up and he asked me on another date. And at this point, I'm feeling guilty for just going out with him for the food. I had decided that I wasn't gonna go out with him again. I didn't feel good about it, and I wanted to not lead him on. I just told him the truth, that my store was really struggling because of 9/11, and that I was probably gonna close my store at the end of the year, and that I just wasn't in a place to date anybody. What happened next totally surprised me. This is when I started to get a clue that he was really confident and that he had a strong personality, because he didn't take it personally. He just said, well, you know, I'm really good with business. Maybe we could just hang out and be friends, and I'll give you some tips on how to turn your business around. It would be a shame to close it. That intrigued me. Wow, maybe he really can help me with my business. And Bobby did help me turn my business around. We started dating again. My store probably would have closed that December had it not been for Bobby and his help. There's a lot more to it, but that's how we met. You're gonna see him in the next video that we're doing. You'll see his hands and his feet. He actually shot some footage of himself. I can't wait to share that with you. These are not actually shoes, they're slippers, but I did get them recently. What's the name of that store? Sundance, that one actor, he has all these cool things in the catalog. Went into the store and I got these. They're good. They're super comfortable. These were my latest shoe reward. I'm just gonna paint over it again right there in that spot where the pink paint spilled. If you haven't seen the video where I painted this rug, I will put the link up above or down below. Everything else cleaned up really good, just not the rug.
Just watch me now. Just watch me.
This project was super easy and fun to make, and if you already have some DIY paint, the cost of this was literally 50 cents an ornament.
Just watch me now. Just watch me. I got the sun shining on.
I'm shooting to put at least 12 videos out between now and December 25th. So stay tuned, because I've got more. I've got ideas for you to make as gifts for other people, decorating ideas, handmade gift ideas, all kinds of good stuff. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
To find DIY paint in your area or to sell DIY paint in your store, click the links below. Thanks for watching.